BoomlalaMetrotab asks, what is your opinion on gay marriage? I think gay marriage should be completely legalized, especially because it's inevitable. We're eventually going to give homosexuals the rights that they deserve, the civil liberties that they deserve. So why not just speed time up? The next question is, what is my opinion on abortion? That and the next question kind of relates to a contradictory statement that I believe, that life is both sacred and infinitesimal. That basically you should try to be as good to others as you possibly can, but you have to also know that death occurs. The real problem with abortion is, when do we define life? When is there consciousness? If there is a soul, when does it occur? Does it occur with every sperm? Does it occur at the age of 5? I mean, those are the extremes. When is there a soul? So, I mean, I do believe in I do believe in souls. So that would be the number one time that I'd worry about abortion. But then again, is it so bad that something only have a soul and a corporeal form, in other words, a body, for, let's say, a month while they're in the womb, and then they move on to the next plane of existence? Is there something immoral about that? I don't know. I really don't understand it too well. I just feel like when it's in a situation that suffering has and or will occur, for example, let's say that the mother is not going to survive the birth, or let's say that it's a woman that got raped, or there's a whole thing about the trimesters, like, is it okay to do it in the second trimester? Is it okay to do it in the third trimester, the abortion? I don't really know the answer on that. One person that gave an answer on that I really liked is, I'm a guy, so I don't have a right to make a decision. It should only be women to decide whether or not they can decide on an individual basis. I've always been fond of the idea of deciding on an individual basis. I think that if everyone rationally comes out to the best decision that it is that an abortion should take place, I think that is what should be done. And all these sort of examples of extreme situations that make abortion seem awful, well, obviously rational minds will not say that it's the right time for an abortion. So that's just my theory. And then finally, euthanasia. I guess they have euthanasia in Washington and Oregon, especially when there's pain involved and that the end of the life is near and stuff like that. Once again, it's all about life is sacred and life is infinitesimal. I think you should try to be as good to people as possible. Let them bring them joy, bring them love, bring them all sorts of things. But if they are suffering, or if they are causing suffering, even a little bit about the death penalty. I mean, it's not an anger thing. It's not a sorrow thing. It's just time to move to the next plane of existence. I don't think that there's anything. I mean, there's a lot of people that say it's not our right to make that decision. It's God's right to make that decision. But I kind of think that death is not something that is such a bad thing. Because I really do believe that there's something after this. I don't think that this is where we end. So yeah, those are kind of deep. Then he's asking, BoomlalaMetrotab is asking about, what do you think about handheld gaming? I think handheld gaming is really fun. I just prefer to do handheld gaming on my computer, so I can save it whenever I want. Have I ever played Dungeons & Dragons, a tabletop RPG? I have. I liked it some. I didn't like it a ton. And I didn't continue doing it because it just seemed more of a how much you know thing. Like, if you had the entire manual memorized and you knew the game master and what he was thinking, you were obviously going to do the best. Anybody else, no matter how much skill or luck was involved, they're not going to do as well. And then So, see, there's too many consonants in the way. Okay. mmAiElWhNwLwioLhNila. Oh, almost. mmAiElWhNwLwioLhNila. God, the Nila right there. Okay. Asks, can I say his username? Let me try 3 more times. mmAiElWhNwLwioLhNila. Okay, let me try something. Give me just a second here. mmAiElWhNwLwioLhNila. Yeah, I'm going to get it phonetically. Okay, mmAiElWhNwLwioLhNila. Yeah, I think it's mmAiElWhNwLwNila. Okay, so that's my best attempt. Okay, WolfGamerX asks, have your subscribers ever told you that you inspired them to become Let's Players? And if so, have you started Let's Playing after watching? How many have started Let's Playing after watching your videos? I think about 3 or 4, maybe 5 people have informed me that they have started Let's Playing after watching my videos. I have seen some. One of the people that started Let's Playing, don't remember his name right now, ended up doing quite well, in fact. And sorry, FMC, but I'm not talking about you. You're okay. And then HazyFlamesProduction asks, what graphics card do you currently have? I currently have a GeForce 8800 GT. I also have a intro video that has all the specs of my computer on it, and I don't know why people are asking me what my graphics card is. They've probably asked me that about 10 times in the last week, and then a month or 2 before that they never asked me. So why is this the week of asking me what my graphics card is? I have no idea. dailyblabbity asks, do you believe that generally specific is an oxymoron? Well, I mean, you could be describing 2 different things. Like, if you're talking about critics and the restaurants that they critique, you could say that the critics are generally specific in what restaurants they're critiquing. So, an oxymoron is something that's 2 words that are brought together that mean opposite things. But the context of the sentence can make it work. Okay, AlmightyElemental asks, do you believe that violent video games are a cause for some murders? I believe that sadism, which can either be brought up through naturalistic purposes or nurture purposes, is the cause for much of murders. The lack of understanding of the sacredness of life, the lack of realization of the sacredness of life is the cause for some murders. And I believe that there has to be a lot that's gone on in someone before. Yeah, I don't think that you can even consider the worst violent video games, the worst violent movies, the worst violent just about anything. You can't really ever consider that as a cause for murder. I think that there's so much other stuff that has to come first. Like, yeah, for example, just think of all the different people that have seen the very same violent video games and would never hurt a fly. It just doesn't seem like that ties into it.